Alright guys, for the video tonight I have something really special. I'm actually very excited. I've been talking to you guys in my videos telling you guys in my videos that I've been homebrewing, and I've been doing it for about a year and a half now. I've been using the traditional way that almost anybody starts. You buy your kit from one of the retailers, Northern Brewer, Midwest Supply. You start out with the 5 and 6 gallon plastic buckets, maybe a glass carboy, some of the other tools that you need to brew. They come in a pretty basic kit, but it can get you started. And I brewed for, like I said, about a year and a half now. I've probably gotten 26 or 27 batches under my belt with the basic stuff. I decided it was time to upgrade. I've been upgrading some other stuff, a yeast stir plate, some beakers for doing that. Just more advanced stuff than what it came with. This time I bought, as you can see right here, from Stainless Steel Brewing Technologies, SS Brew Technologies. You can find them on the web. I bought a 7 gallon Chronical stainless steel conical fermenter. Now I haven't opened this yet. I wanted to unbox it for you guys, and as I told them I would. This thing, from all the videos I've seen, is really high quality. You guys will get to see it as it comes out, but they go the extra mile when it comes to their stuff. As you can see, this could have been a plain brown box, but they actually have it colored. It's got their logos embossed on it, and there's just no reason it really needed to have that. You know, that was just going the extra, and that usually says something to me. Got a little picture of it on the side there, and not to well, I'm not going to mention prices. You know, I'll let you guys check that out yourself. But I will say this: if you can find a better, more high-quality fermenter for a price these guys are offering, you know, well, good luck. I did a lot of research, and for the quality you get here, a lot of other fermenter brands cost a lot more, a lot more. I'm talking hundreds more. And this even comes with upgraded things. Like I'll show you when it comes to unboxing it. It comes with some upgrades that the others cost even hundreds more to get. But without further ado, I don't want to talk a whole lot. I just want to let you guys see what this thing looks like. Let's go ahead and get it opened. Trusty box cutter. I hope the camera angle can capture pretty well. And I'll probably take the camera off in a little while just to give you views of the inside and that stuff. But my FedEx packing label's got my address on it. We don't need to see that. A little book. Just giving you a little reference of some of their products that you can buy. Like I said, you guys definitely need to check them out on your own. It's SS Brewing Technologies. You can find them under that name. Gives me a quick reference guide. A couple of cards. A little stainless steel preparation and cleaning. I'll read that to you in a little while, because that's something that I think a lot of people don't know, how the things you have to do to prepare a stainless steel vessel in order to get the maximum life and quality out of it. Alright. Pull out the first part here. We have the lid, which is really thick. Got the stopper already installed for me there, which does come out. It's where you'll put your airlock, blow off, that sort of thing. I have another part of this video I'll be showing. I may not show it at the same time as this one, but I also purchased the temperature control unit, the FTSS, fermentation temperature. I forget what it's called. Fermentation temperature. Okay. I don't know. I'll look and show you after a while. But it controls your temperature. It can keep it more hot or more cold depending on what you need. Here's the main part. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to sit it on the table right here for now, so I can get this out of the way. Alright, nothing else in the box. There's another thick layer of cardboard all the way around it, plus the box itself. It's packed pretty well. Right. Get that out of the way. Take the plastic off. Got a little tape securing it. Cut that. Nice band of tape around here. If you get one of these, which I suggest that you do if you want to homebrew, like I said, it's the best price you're going to find on this quality. You can get some cheaper, but from everything that I've looked at and all the reviews I've read, you can get them cheaper. You can't get this quality for cheaper. Alright, let me take this base off. Got some styrofoam packaging at the bottom. There's a little bit of something packed down here. It is, I believe, my thermal well. That's all down there. Alright. Spin this around here. Now, you guys might notice, hold it up a little. Now, as you can see here, they've installed these backwards just for shipping purposes. This is actually the bottom trub arm, I guess you would call it. So those get switched. I'll go ahead and show you here. This is one of the upgrades I was talking about. Sanitary threadless design. Comes with these clover fittings. Now, as I was saying earlier, almost any fermenter you get, maybe even any other fermenter you get besides these guys, is not going to come with these for anywhere near the price that this came with. This is usually around $200 upgrade just for these and these, which are the 3-piece ball valves. And these aren't the little ones either. These are the large, half-inch, I believe. So you got high flow, and like I said, these are not the ball valves you will get with most fermenters unless you want to pay a couple $100 extra for the triclover and the ball valves to hold this all together. So that's another way these guys went well ahead. They gave you the upgrade pieces for the incredibly affordable price that they offer. Gonna take those two off. Sit this down. Now these, whoa, almost dropped it. These are a, like I said, threadless design. The triclovers hold together, and you've got your seal in the middle. I'll go ahead and take this apart, and I'll pan over it all at the end and let you guys see it. I'm going to have to clean it and do the initial preparation of the stainless anyway, so I'll line this all up here. Now, take the other one off. Now, as you can see, it's got these simple thumb screws, so you can hand tighten it, toolless. Now this one, another clover fitting, tri-clover fitting. This one is the one, like I said, it actually goes here, and another seal. It actually goes here, and another 3-piece ball valve. And what this one has on it is the rotatable racking arm. What that's good for is your trub and your yeast gets forced down into the cone. And if you know what a conical fermenter is, if you look at this, you probably know that already. But it gets forced down into this tight cone and keeps it. It has less surface area for your beer to touch, so you get less off flavors. That's the awesome thing about your conicals. This, though, like I was saying, the rotating racking arm, it usually sits this way. It's facing down. That racking arm is pointing down, but you can slightly loosen this when it's all hooked together. I've got it in the thermal well. I'm a retard. But you can loosen this slightly and turn it. And what that is for, when you are getting your beer out to bottle or to keg, whichever you're going to do, you can slowly rotate this to get all of your beer. And what that rotating does is, say your yeast level is here. You start with it here, and you get all your beer out that you can. You turn it slowly, and you get all the beer until you get down to where you would normally not be able to get anymore because it's, you know, an inch or maybe even up to like a gallon you would lose because you can't get it. It's below your spigot. But this can actually turn and get down a lot lower and actually get that all the way down to where it's a cleaner thing. You're not going to get any yeast because you have control of this. You're not just tipping yeast in there, and you're getting all your beer. So set that aside there. I realize this is probably not going to be the best review. I'm just starting to get a little better at this stuff, but hopefully it'll do these guys justice because they deserve it. As you can see, these are the clamps that hold the lid down. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so it is going to be secure. Now the lid, I don't know if it comes pre-installed, I didn't pay attention to that. It does. There's a gasket here that can be removed and cleaned. That sits on top. The clamps go around, clamp it down, and you are sealed. This thing is so pretty. I'm so excited. Now see what the tag says. 7-gallon capacity, brewer's grade 3 or 4 stainless steel, high quality fittings and valves, I've just shown you, rotatable racking arm. It is maximum 5 psi pressurizable for keg transfers, which honestly you probably won't ever need 5 psi. Be careful you don't ever over pressurize it because you can damage your fermenter. But you probably honestly need between 1 and 2 psi really to do any kind of keg transfer. So you don't, you know, you never need 5. So I wouldn't even test it. That's just they're telling you this thing can handle 5. So that's another way that they have overmade this and made sure that you're going to have a quality, lifelong fermenter. Sanitary welds, very important. Brewer's grade silicone, all the gaskets and seals. It's got the thermal well pre-drilled for you there. Like I said, that's what goes here. I'll show you what that's for later. 34 inches high, 15-inch width. Patent is pending. Alright, now I think it's time to get the camera off and let you guys see down inside. Get a drink of my IPA really quickly. Couldn't see opening a new fermenter and not having a cold one with it. Alright guys. Now, hopefully the light is good in here, but as you can see, very, very clean. Normally a lot of these you'll see, you know, a lot of weld marks and dents and scuffs in here, but this thing has been polished just how you would want. Just enough, not too much, but it's, like I said, these guys are very high quality, and as you can see, 7 gallons, I believe, let's see, 6 is there, 6.5, I think, yeah, 7 is right up to the top, just about. Now, you've got the lid also, so you could actually, if you wanted, I believe, do right up to just about 7. I mean, you can use a blow-off valve, and the lid, the head space for the lid has more head space, so that you could probably do just about 7. I don't know. I mean, most people are probably going to stick to 5, and that's probably what I'm going to stick to. But if you have a really high gravity beer, this should be able to handle it. And if you wanted to do a little more, 6 gallons or maybe even 7, just use a blow-off valve. As you can see here, the welds on the legs, very clean, all very nice, and very stout welded handles. You're not going to break these off. And that's a really nice feature that they even threw in handles at all. There's the fittings so far. You've got the 2 3-piece ball valves, the bottom elbow, your gaskets, your tri-clover fittings, your tri-clamp fittings, and your thermal well. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put this back on the tripod. And I have something else that is a surprise for you guys. I ordered something else in addition to this fermenter. It's something else that these guys sell. And again, I love this thing. If you're a brewer and you've struggled with temperatures that are too cold, or you've struggled with temperatures that are too hot, this is magic. This is their temperature control system. Let's see here. As you can see, now I don't know, guys, if this is something they do for everyone. So I'm not saying that you will get this, but they seemed like really super guys. Their communication was excellent at all times. Responded to any questions I had very quickly. And when I had ordered this, since I ordered this in addition to this, since I ordered them in a bundle, as you can see, they wrote at the bottom of my invoice, free LCD, which is, I showed you the thermo well. Well, there's a lot of different types of temperature control or temperature readings you can do on this. Well, this one, since I ordered them both together, they included an LCD thermometer. That's your temperature probe. It goes down into the thermo well. This goes on to the end there, and this is your rubber housing to put it in there. Very, very neat. It's nice LCD. You don't have to worry about trying to read a dial, trying to see what line you're on the dial thermometer, which I like dial thermometers, so don't get me wrong, but that's just really nice and convenient. These are the hoses for the temperature control system, which I will explain it a little further for you so you can understand what it is. Again, like I said before, they could have put this in a brown box. It was inside the other box. Didn't need to have all this on it. And here's the Fermentation Temperature Stabilization System. I can't believe I forgot that. That is what FTSS stands for. But like I was saying, again, nice black box. Logos on it. Didn't have to do that, but that's another, it's not free to do that. They didn't, and they don't have to do it, so it's pretty cool. This is a very thick, and what looks to be so very well made, neoprene jacket that goes around this. It's got all the cutouts for all your thermo well, your legs, your handles, the clasp at the top, both of your valves, and this is to help keep the temperature correct, and I'll show you why you'll need this. I don't know, set that on there. I'll show you why you will need this. Once you get that jacket on there, this comes with its own special lid. Now this is a flat lid, and I know a lot of you will say, well, the cone looks better, but it wasn't feasible to do what this thing does with the domed lid. So let me go a little further and show you what this thing does. I won't bore you with putting the neoprene on right now and taking that time. I'll show you a video later with everything installed, of course. Probably fermenting my first beer, which I have in the other room. It's my own recipe. It is a Belgian triple, and I will show you the process of that as we go. Alright, now this lid, hold on just a second here. These are really, really nice. They're not flimsy. The spring is strong. You can tell this is going to hold very, very well. Nothing about this thing is cheap. It's such an awesome quality. I love it. I don't exactly know which way the orientation goes with that yet, so I'll leave that for now. Alright, let's get this one opened here. Alright. Little book just giving you operating instructions and assembly instructions for the temperature control system. This, I'm assuming, is the power pack. Yes. This is the power supply for your temperature, your temperature regulation unit, on, off, and how to set what temperature you want. Reset. There's where the power comes in. Here is another thermal probe to be used with this longer thermo well. Now this is going to go in the top. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly of which hole is which. You'll see that later when I get it all set up. That's going to take a little bit of time for me. But this temperature control system, see, I think I've got this backwards. But anyway, the temperature control system will sit here. Now, if you will do me the favor, just imagine the neoprene on there, the black jacket. It's going to match with this. It looks so nice. This is a water pump, submersible water pump. I'll explain that in just a moment. Get some of my garbage out of here. And this beautiful thing is, most of you will probably know, this looks just like a wort chiller. And it can be used as a wort chiller also. But this is part of the temperature control system. This will go, let me move this, under the lid. And connect right there. And this will actually be sitting in the wort. Now it'll be sanitized and all that, so don't think that's any sort of a problem. But now you've got your temperature control here. Your probe, thermal probe, goes here, and your tubes, the hoses I showed you at first, they will connect and go down to the water pump. Now the only thing you need with this to complete the whole system, the only thing that they do not supply is a cooler and some ice. What you do is you put the ice in the cooler, you submerge the pump, connect your hoses to the in and out on the water pump. One goes here to flush cold water through the wort and through the chiller. The other is an exit hose, comes here and pumps the water back into the cooler. That is how you set your temperature, and if your temperature rises above the temperature you've set, the pump kicks on, pumps the ice water through your chiller, keeps your beer cool exactly how you need it, so you get no off flavors and you get exactly what you want, and you can even lager with this. So that was something else I was going to mention earlier. If you are a brewer that can't afford a walk-in freezer and or even a stand-up freezer that you can cut holes in and put temperature control units on to make something where you can keep your beer the absolute correct temperature you need, this is perfect. This is the solution to so many brewers' problems. I live in a second-story apartment. I can never keep my beer cool enough. I mean, my beer turns out fine, but it could be so much better, and it will now be so much better because of this wonderful invention. I don't know who came up with it, but it's really awesome. But yeah, I hope that was a fairly thorough explanation so you guys can understand what that thing did. And then there's this. I'm assuming this is probably something that goes, that's the hose that pumps the water in. Yeah, I think this is going to go over this, and it's going to stop you from sucking up chunks of ice into the pump. I'm assuming that's what it is. Sorry if my assumption is incorrect, but I'm assuming that's what that's going to be. So all in all, I hope I've given a good representation of this awesome new fermenter I just got. Set this stuff aside. I cannot wait to use it. And I cannot wait to show you guys me using it. I promised these guys I would put a review up, and that's not that they asked me to either. That wasn't something they did. I just promised them I would put a review up because there's not enough videos of this awesome product out there, and I want to make sure people know just how well made these things are, and just what an up-and-comer these guys are in the conical fermenter market. This is the best I could find, honestly, for price and quality. Not just price. I wasn't looking for some cheapo that I could buy and just start fermenting in. I was looking for something that with my limited budget, I'm not a rich dude. With my limited budget, I wanted quality, but I also wanted a fair price. And this was so much more than a fair price for what you get. Now I'll go ahead and show you guys. This one actually goes there. I just want to show you what the finished product will actually look like before I go in there and I start cleaning everything up. Like I said, very simple. I mean, you could probably do it with one hand if you wanted to. But okay, that's together. Then you've got very easy to put together. Get my other tri-clamp, or my tri-clover, whichever you want to call them. I'm doing this in a somewhat awkward position here. But there's your bottom valve. That is for dumping your yeast and your trub. That's another really cool thing about these. Another benefit about these that a lot of people probably don't look at, and if you could see that, that'd probably be nice, huh? But another cool benefit of these, when normally you have to use 2 fermenters. You want to get your beer off of that yeast cake. You don't want to leave it on there too long because you'll start getting diacetyl alcohols, fusel alcohols, and a lot of bad flavors they can produce a lot of bad flavors that you don't want by leaving it on the yeast cell or yeast cake when the yeast starts to eat the dead yeast instead of eating the sugars. When they're done with the sugars, they will still try to eat, and if there's dead yeast there, that is something that they can eat, and you can get a lot of off and bad flavors, and that's just something you don't want. So people will use a primary fermenter, and then they will transfer it over into a secondary fermenter, to get it off that yeast cake. With this, there is no longer a need to do that. When you're done with your primary fermentation, you get a container under here, a big bowl or something. You slowly open this. Wow, that is not playing. These things are high quality. That is not some loose little piece of junk. But you slowly open this, dump off your trub and your yeast until you start to see your beer flow, seal it back, you're off the yeast cake. Primary just turned into secondary, all in one. So that takes away a whole bunch of hassle. And then, like I said, this is the one with, get this on there. This is your seal that you just push this back in. Once you get inside, you push this back in to the fitting here to seal your racking arm so that you can loosen this a little and spin it without spilling beer all over the place. So it's got a little O-ring there for that. Place this in there, and just like the bottom, put your tri-clamp over. Bring it up. Oh, no, I'll have to tie it over those, huh? Tighten that down. And now, if I had cleaned it already and prepared it, I would be ready to brew. This thing is freaking awesome, guys. I'm serious. If you are looking for a wonderful deal on a great product, look no further. Alright, now what I wanted to explain to you for you guys that some things about stainless steel, and now that's just not from these guys, this is any kind of stainless steel. You want to take care of it. It'll last you your entire life if you take care of it. For the first time using, I'll read you the beginning here. Stainless steel preparation and cleaning. Your SS Brewtech stainless steel equipment has been manufactured with a highly polished finish. While this is best for maintaining a sanitary surface, the finish can be damaged or dulled by aggressive chemical or abrasive cleansers or cleaners. The following recommendations will ensure your bucket, or conical as this is, maintains optimal performance throughout its life. First time cleaning. Prior to your first time use, you should wash the equipment with a trisodium phosphate TSP in hot water following the manufacturer's recommendations. After the TSP wash gets all the oil off, because these have a slight coating of oil and stuff to keep them from not getting tarnished because it's stainless, but just to protect them. You know, this is sitting somewhere until you buy it, and you don't want it dry, and it's metal. Passivation. Now this is very important. It's a good idea to passivate your stainless equipment with an acid-based solution. Filling the vessel with Star San at 1 ounce per gallon, as per directions on Star San, of water, and avoid or other acid passivation solutions at the recommended strength and at a temperature of 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. That just means mix up some Star San, the amount you need for 7 gallons, fill it up to the brim, let it sit for 20 minutes, and followed by an air dry, and that is all that is needed after you've drained it. What that does is prepares the surface. Stainless, like I said, it will last you a lifetime, but every 6 months, or maybe even a year or so, I would recommend probably every 6 months, or every maybe 10 or 12 beers through it, maybe even a little more. But you want to passivate it. Just take care of it. It's like any other piece of high quality anything that you own, your car, riding lawnmower, a boat, anything like that. Anything that costs money and something that you want to last for a long time, take care of it. Sanitizing. We recommend that you sanitize your equipment with Star San or other acid-based sanitizer per the manufacturer's recommendations prior to use. Cleaning after use. This is something very important also. Use a standard brewery caustic or PWB to remove the protein buildup from inside of the bucket. Follow the directions for strength and temperature and let the cleaner do the work. If needed, a soft nylon brush. That's it. A soft nylon brush. Don't use one of those really abrasive green pads or blue pads that really can, you can get some gunk off a pot or pan. That you don't want to use that on this. You want nylon or a soft sponge. To remove heavy deposits. The ball valve and lid gaskets should also be removed, disassembled, and cleaned as well. Never use stainless steel scrubbing pads or Scotch-Brite pads. These will remove the protective oxide layer on the stainless and cause discoloring, and in some cases surface rust could form. Chlorine bleach or chlorine-based products, very, very important. Never, ever, ever use chlorine. These will cause pitting of the stainless steel or literal pinholes through the surface, which cannot be repaired. These may also include surface rust. If you do that, if you put bleach in here, you've ruined it. Oxalic acid cleaners such as Barkeeper's Friend, Clean King, or Revereware stainless cleaners on the etched markings. You can use those, but I wouldn't recommend them. Just use the PWB to clean it and passivate it with an acid-based cleaner like Star San. And honestly, really, there's no reason to use anything else ever. Those two things, that's it. But the reason they're telling you those stainless steel cleaners, it's not that they won't clean stainless steel, but they're not food grade. You don't want to drink that stuff, for one. So then you're going to have to really, really thoroughly clean it after you use any gunk like that. And another, the laser etchings inside, the gallon markings, you'll wipe them, you'll clean them off. And you don't want that. That's such a perk, having those laser etchings in there. OxyClean or other peroxide cleansers in combination with hard water. This can cause calcium carbonate to precipitate onto the surface of the stainless. If this happens, a repassivation per above should remove the deposits nicely. Like this says here, passivate periodically. To ensure the longest life for your stainless steel, you should passivate at least once a year or immediately after you have done anything to scratch the surface. Even the finest grades of stainless steel can develop rust if the oxide layer is removed or damaged. Passivation is your defense against surface damage of your stainless steel equipment over time. Well, guys, there you have it. This is a beautiful vessel, and I cannot wait to use it. I hope I haven't made this too long, and I hope I've kept it interesting and really explained everything that comes with this and the amount of quality these guys put into it. I've been Brewmaster. Have a nice evening, guys.